Every time she earned more, she felt hopeful. And every time, nothing changed. The raise came, the paycheck grew, and somehow the stress stayed exactly the same. She was a teacher, responsible, educated, disciplined in every area of life. Yet no matter how much her income improved over the years, she always felt one step behind. Bills expanded quietly. Comfort turned into habit. Small upgrades became permanent expenses. She didn't realize it at first, but her lifestyle was growing faster than her security. What finally changed her life wasn't another raise, a better school, or a new degree. It was the day she stopped letting her life expand automatically. Before we continue, like, subscribe, and share this video. It helps this message reach people who earn more but never feel safer. Now, stay with the full story. Her name was Sarah Collins, and she was 41 years old. Sarah lived in Madison, Wisconsin, in a quiet neighborhood filled with similar houses and trimmed lawns. She taught English literature at a public high school, a job she had held for nearly 15 years. She loved her students, believed in education, and took her work seriously. Her income had grown slowly but steadily, not dramatically, but enough. Enough raises to move apartments, enough raises to upgrade her car, enough raises to justify better furniture, better groceries, better vacations. On paper, Sarah was doing well. In reality, she always felt broke. Every year, her salary increased a little, and every year, her life quietly adjusted to absorb it. A nicer place, a slightly newer car, more subscriptions, more convenience, more "I deserve this." Nothing reckless, nothing flashy, just more. Sarah didn't see herself as irresponsible. She paid her bills on time, she contributed to her retirement plan, she avoided debt when she could. Yet whenever something unexpected happened, a medical bill, a home repair, a slow month, her chest tightened in the same familiar way. She felt fragile. What confused her most was this: she remembered times when she earned less and felt almost the same level of stress. How was that possible? Her days were structured: classes, grading, meetings, emails. Evenings were quiet, usually spent reading, watching shows, or preparing lessons. She didn't shop impulsively, she didn't chase trends, but her lifestyle had slowly inflated without her noticing. Rent became a mortgage, a basic phone plan became unlimited everything. Simple trips became earned experiences. Each upgrade felt reasonable on its own. Together, they consumed her margin. Sarah noticed the pattern one night while reviewing her finances after receiving a small raise notification from the district. She should have felt relieved. Instead, she felt nothing. No safety, no excitement, no relief. Just the quiet realization that this raise, like the others, would disappear into her life without leaving a trace. She leaned back in her chair and stared at the ceiling. How can I earn more and still feel stuck? That question stayed with her longer than any bill or spreadsheet. Sarah didn't know it yet, but the answer had nothing to do with income. It had everything to do with how fast her life expanded to match it. And until she stopped that expansion, no raise would ever feel like progress.
The problem wasn't spending, it was automatic upgrading. Every time Sarah earned more, her life quietly adjusted without a conversation. There was no deliberate decision to spend more, it just happened. A slightly better option here, a little more comfort there. Nothing felt wrong in the moment, but comfort has a way of becoming permanent. What started as a treat slowly turned into a baseline, and once something becomes a baseline, it stops feeling like progress and starts feeling like necessity. Sarah noticed this pattern during a faculty meeting when the principal announced a new round of raises coming the following semester. Teachers around her smiled, some clapped quietly. Sarah felt a familiar, empty relief. She already knew what would happen. Her checking account would rise, her expenses would follow, and her sense of safety would stay the same. That night, she opened her bank statements from years ago, back when she earned significantly less. The numbers shocked her. She remembered those years as harder, but the stress looked identical. Different numbers, same tension. That's when the truth landed, heavy and uncomfortable. She wasn't getting ahead because every raise was already spent in advance. Her future never benefited from her progress. Only her present did. The breaking point came a few weeks later when her car needed unexpected repairs. Not catastrophic, just inconvenience. And yet she felt the same fear she felt years ago when she earned much less. That scared her more than the repair bill, because it meant something was deeply wrong. Sarah realized she had fallen into the lifestyle inflation trap, a trap that doesn't feel like a mistake because it feels like success. You earn more so you live better. You live better so you feel entitled so you expand, and suddenly you're richer on paper, but no safer. She understood then that raises don't create security. Margin does. And margin only exists when you intentionally stop your life from growing every time your income does. Sarah didn't need to downgrade her life dramatically. She needed to freeze it. Stop letting upgrades happen automatically. Stop assuming every increase should change her lifestyle. Stop rewarding herself in ways that robbed her future. That realization was sobering, but it was also freeing because it meant the solution wasn't earning more. It was choosing differently, and that choice would change how every future raise worked for her instead of against her.
Sarah's rule became clear the moment she wrote it down. When income increases, lifestyle stays the same. Not forever, not rigidly, but intentionally. She called it a freeze. She decided that every raise would go somewhere specific before her life had a chance to absorb it. No new subscriptions, no upgrades justified by "I earn more now," no quiet expansion. She went home and listed her current lifestyle, not with judgment, but with honesty. Housing, car, phone plan, streaming services, groceries, comfort spending. Then she asked one simple question. If my income never increased again, could I live like this comfortably? The answer was yes. So she froze it. The next raise arrived a few months later. Instead of celebrating with an upgrade, Sarah split it deliberately. Part went straight into her emergency fund, which she realized was thinner than it should be. Part increased her retirement contributions automatically, and a small portion went into a separate account labeled only in her mind as future freedom. None of it touched her day-to-day life. At first, this felt strange. She was earning more, but living the same. No visible reward, no lifestyle signal, no external proof of progress. But internally, something powerful happened. Her margin grew. Each raise now created space instead of pressure. The gap between her income and her expenses widened quietly, month after month. Sarah also made one important exception to the rule. If she wanted to upgrade something, she had to remove something else of equal cost. No stacking, no accumulation. That rule forced intention. Did she really want the newer phone, or did she want the freedom the money created instead? Did she want more comfort now, or less stress later? Those questions slowed her down, and slowing down changed everything. Over time, Sarah realized she wasn't depriving herself, she was protecting herself. Lifestyle inflation had stolen her raises in the past. Now her raises were finally working for her. Not loudly, not dramatically, but reliably. And for the first time in her career, earning more actually felt like progress.
The change didn't show up as excitement, it showed up as relief. Sarah noticed it the first time a bill arrived that used to make her tense. She opened it, paid it, and moved on with her day. No mental math, no background anxiety, no sense that one small surprise could knock her off balance. Her money finally had breathing room. Because her lifestyle stayed frozen, every raise quietly widened the gap between what she earned and what she needed. That gap became her margin, and margin changed how she felt about everything. She stopped thinking of raises as permission slips to spend. She started seeing them as tools to buy stability. Her emergency fund filled faster than she expected.
When it reached a level that truly protected her, she felt something she hadn't felt in years: calm. She increased her retirement contributions again, not aggressively, but consistently. The numbers didn't impress anyone, but they didn't need to. They were moving in the right direction, without stress. At work, nothing about Sarah looked different. She taught the same classes, she drove the same car, she lived in the same house. But inside, her posture changed. She stopped worrying about small financial decisions. She stopped feeling behind when coworkers talked about vacations or upgrades. She stopped tying her self-worth to visible progress. The most important shift happened psychologically. Sarah realized she had been confusing reward with relief. Upgrades felt like rewards, but they faded quickly. Stability felt like relief, and it stayed. That understanding rewired her priorities. When another raise arrived the following year, she didn't hesitate. The rule was already in place. The money went exactly where it was supposed to go. Future first, lifestyle second. And because she had margin, she gained options. She could take a summer course without financial stress. She could say no to extra responsibilities without fear. She could imagine her future without panic. Sarah didn't feel rich, she felt unpressured. And for the first time, she understood why so many people earn more and still feel trapped. They let their lives grow faster than their security. She had stopped doing that, and that single decision, repeated consistently, changed the entire direction of her financial life. Sarah never became someone who chased more. She became someone who kept more. Her life didn't shrink, it didn't become rigid or joyless, it simply stopped expanding without permission. And that one boundary changed how every future dollar behaved. She realized something most people never see clearly. Earning more doesn't fix financial stress, keeping margin does. For years, Sarah believed her problem was income. If she just earned a little more, things would feel easier. But ease never arrived because every raise came with invisible expectations: nicer, newer, better. Lifestyle inflation had been stealing her progress quietly, politely, and consistently. Stopping it gave her back control. The moral of her story is simple but uncomfortable. If your lifestyle grows with every raise, you will never feel secure. Security comes from restraint, not reward. Sarah learned that she could enjoy life, teach well, and live comfortably without upgrading every time she advanced. She didn't need to prove success through spending. She needed to protect it through discipline. Her future finally benefited from her effort. Not loudly, not visibly, but permanently. And if this story feels familiar, take it as a warning and an invitation. The next time your income increases, don't ask, "What can I upgrade?" Ask instead, "What can I protect?" Because when you stop lifestyle inflation, raises stop disappearing and start changing your life. Before you leave, like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps this message reach people who work hard and still want to feel safe. And remember this advice: it's not how much you earn that keeps you broke, it's how fast your life expands to consume it.